15-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger, weighing in at 265 pounds, the Angel. The Angel. His opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 232 pounds, the national television champion, Wildfire Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich.
Wildfire Tommy Rich defending the National Television Championship here today on Georgia Championship Wrestling. And here is a match that, well, you can put it anywhere. And certainly Georgia Championship Wrestling is to be complimented to put this match right on television. The Angel, an exceptionally well-qualified opponent going up against Tommy Wildfire Rich. Angel very quickly going out after a leg. A good back away by Tommy Rich. Good move by the Angel. He was ahead of Rich that time. Rich spinning and turning. Finally breaks free and is back to his feet. Side headlock by Tommy Rich on the Angel. Tommy Rich keeping that side headlock. The Angel. Of course, this match, one fall, 15-minute time limit, so high, it's up, but as he moved in, Tommy Rich broke it up. Rich back into a side headlock once again. The interesting aspect here is, of course, Tommy Rich has everything to lose and nothing to gain, but he is the television champion and consequently is not afraid to defend it against any and all comers. The Angel, of course, must, within the 15 minutes, either get a pinfall or a submission hold on Tommy Rich. So time, the longer the match goes on, the more time works in the favor of Tommy Wildfire Rich. The Angel brought him up. Rich trying to block him. Does very nicely. Maintained his hold, and so does the Angel on the canvas in the disadvantaged position. Notice the way Tommy was shifting his body weight. The Angel getting some extra leverage that time. Trying to roll Rich into a pinning combination, could not. But Tommy Rich holds on to that side headlock. Tommy Rich keeping the side headlock. The Angel on the canvas. The referee checking carefully. So Rich, good combination here. Good strategy on Rich's part. You'll note he is not exploding like many times that he can. He is developed. Sonic knee drop by the Angel. Finally broke that side headlock, and Rich coming up a little slowly now. Rich moves in and again gets the side headlock. But Rich a little bit more defensive than you usually see him, because he realizes the caliber of competition he's facing. He also realizes that 15-minute time limit is the key here. He will go for that pinning combination, a submission hold if he can get it. But in the meantime, he's going to be careful not to make any mistakes. Now, for a young man his age, belly to back on Rich, but the Angel had its toll taken on him as well. A lateral press. Rich again powers out before the count of 3. The Angel moving back in once again. The Angel brings him up a full body slam. Again, a lateral press. So the Angel anxiously trying for that pinning combination. And Rich, showing wisdom beyond his years in being as defensive, however, has got himself in a problem now. Backbreaker there. They could have well stopped any other wrestler. Did not stop Tommy Rich. Rich. High backdrop. And again, Rich powers out. And that time, Tommy Rich caught him with a boot coming off the rope. The Angel coming up very slowly. Wildfire with a side headlock. So it's interesting to see that Tommy Rich, who has always been a blazing action in the ring, has achieved a degree of maturity now where Rich gets him back in a side headlock once again on the break. Rich has certainly matured. And that, of course, is the very thing that we were talking to Mike Davis about. The only way you're going to get that experience, that knowledge. Good roll back time, but Angel broke it up. Rich back in on him again very quickly. So Rich tried to get him in a rolling reverse. And as time moves along, it moves along in favor of Tommy Rich, the television champion. All right, Tommy Rich keeping that side headlock, the Angel, trying to break free. The Angel now must be beginning to think a little bit desperately because, again, Rich up there, arched into a high backs up. And Rich retaliates. Stop the Angel coming in. Rich moves back in on him again. So Tommy Wildfire Rich, the national television champion, managing to keep total pressure. This is probably one of the most strategic matches I've ever seen Rich involved. Look at here. Tried to hook him into an inside cradle. Rich is in trouble now. Managed to get that shoulder off. Outpowered him with his legs that time as the Angel in trouble. The Angel rolls out. Good counter by Tommy Rich. And he is caught that time. Front face lock, and it looks like the Angel might be doing some choking there. Referee circling, watching carefully. About 5 or 6 minutes remaining now in this match, and this means that time continues to work on Tommy Rich's side, and the Angel is going to have to pick up his momentum and quite possibly change his strategy. Although I will say this, if the Angel holds Rich to a draw, and that's becoming increasingly possible, certainly to hold the national television champion to a draw is pretty prestigious in itself. But, knowing professional wrestlers, they don't like draws. They like to be definitive. And the Angel is looking for a victory here. Catches Rich in the midsection. The Angel brings him up very quickly, closing in. And so the Angel now beginning to pick up the momentum of this attack. Into a lateral press. Rich powers out about again. The Angel moves in again very quickly. Bringing him up. A vertical. No, sir. Good move by Rich. Good counter by Rich. Right, a vertical suplex. And Tommy Rich, and a beautiful. The Angel after him, but the Angel completely embarrassed there. Good, excellent counter move by Tommy Wildfire Rich. Well, all I can say is let me get Tommy Rich over here. I want to congratulate him. I'll let him get his breath for just a moment. An outstanding match, and Wrestling 2, the champion of champions, was watching it. You may have heard me comment that I thought that this man has really matured. He's really getting strategy into his matches now.
Well, so, you know, sometimes you have to use different strategy with different people, and that's exactly what he did and came out victorious, but I felt that he would do, and I think he done up very well.
Certainly no question about it. Congratulations, Tommy. I admire you, number one, for putting your television title on the line against a competitor like the Angel. You knew you were facing a lot of problems there, but you acquitted yourself extremely well.
Yes, you know, but I think guys, man, like Wrestling 2, Landis, and all these guys, they always, when it's time to go, they're always there, and they go. So these people here, they're always behind me, and if somebody wants to wrestle me for the belt, I don't care if it's here, Columbus, Georgia, Carrollton, Georgia, wherever it's at, it don't matter, you know.
Well, that's very true. Tommy Rich has been doing just exactly that. Let's take a moment right now. You're facing one of the toughest tests of your careers tomorrow night at the Omni in Atlanta. You're facing Abdullah the Butcher.
Well, Abdullah the Butcher, needless to say, is perhaps the nastiest individual in the wrestling profession today, and I know this, and it will be perhaps the biggest test of my entire career. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to defend myself and my title just as I've done always. And, you know, tonight I'm going to be in Griffin, and I'm going to be looking forward to seeing everyone down there in Griffin. Griffin tonight, baby.
And, of course, tomorrow night at the Omni.
Yes, sir. I got big Kurt Von Hess. He's coming after the belt. I'm going to be there and ready to go.
And everybody out here knows it. I want the cameras to get a shot of the posters. Look at the posters. IDOLMANIA. Austin Idol for president. Darling, when I say IDOLMANIA is the hottest thing in the country, darling, this shows it right here. People screaming for Austin Idol, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I want everybody out here throughout the entire country to send in posters of Austin Idol. Make your little drawings showing the pretty face and the beautiful body of the idol, and for the two best posters. And I don't care where they come from, whether it's Seattle or Washington, whether it's New York City, New York, Philadelphia, PA, makes no difference, Las Vegas, Nevada. For the two best posters, I will bring them personally out of my pocket and bring them and let them appear with the idol on national television. So send in your posters.
Well, indeed, sir, that is quite a thing. I'll tell you what, then, let's send those posters to Austin Idol, 310 Chester Avenue, Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30316. That's Austin Idol, 310 Chester Avenue, Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30316. Well, that's quite a thought indeed, and let me just take 1 second to talk to you about tomorrow night. You'll be defending your Georgia title against Baron von Raschke at the Omni.
I have ruffled this man's feathers already. He is psychologically defeated because he knows it is true. He is an onion head, and he knows it is true. He is inferior to Austin Idol, and he knows it is true that he is ugly, and he knows that it is true that I am the prettiest and the greatest of all time. And tomorrow night in the Omni, I will prove it, and I will keep this title. I'm coming for you in the Omni.
Wait just a minute. They're charging the ring, but look who else is there. Lars Anderson. Lars Anderson just walked in. Lars Anderson catches it now. Holy and Lars Anderson. And you talk about pandemonium. We've got it now. Lars Anderson and Ole Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. After Alexis Burnoff and Ivan Koloff. Wait just a lot of things are happening. Listen to these words right now.
Georgia Championship Wrestling presents Championship Wrestling to
Ability, which we just saw right here. Austin Idol has just joined me.
That's music to my ears. Listen to them yelling, heartthrob, heartthrob. As a matter of fact, I just received a telephone call, and I heard that a man by the name of Darryl Rose and a new rock group called the Idolators will be releasing soon a new hit single called Heartthrob. So everybody in the country, be on the alert for the new hit single, Heartthrob.
Well, indeed, sir. Indeed. I would like to take a moment, if I may, to talk to you about this problem you had with your former agent, Baron von Raschke.
Well, like I said before, I said last week I tried to take this big onion head. I tried to take him to the Oasis. I tried to let him sip and drink from the Austin Idol Oasis, where I have gained my fame, my glory, my fortune, and my vast following of women. And he would not take it. He would not listen. I could not pound it into his big, thick onion skull. And I believe that you have a film that shows exactly what kind of inferiority complex this man has and what exactly happened.
Well, of course, we took a look at this last week, but I think for the edification of those of you who might have missed it, here is the situation that caused this apparent rupture in the relationship between Austin Idol and Baron von Raschke. Let's go. All right, now at this point in time, there goes Tommy Rich with the national television title. You can see him being surrounded by throngs of very, very happy people. What happened here?
I empowered this man to represent me in a national television match. I thought he had to keep it to it.
Now we see it. Now the match was over. You're trying to explain something to him, and what happened?
Well, I empowered the man to represent me in a national television title match, which I still claim is rightfully mine. He floundered his chance at reaching the peak of the mountain. He floundered his chance at reaching the summit. and now he's trying to blame it on me. I thought he nodded his head that I'm sorry, Austin. When I turned my back to leave the ring, he attacked me. He ran my head into the steel post, as you can see. This man weighs 275 pounds. He's 6'3", and yes, he has a reputation of hurting people. I mean, he literally Pearl Harbored me from behind. Any man who's attacked like that from a man this size, believe me, is immediately the underdog and is at the disadvantage, like I was right here as you're looking at.
Well, obviously, this completely severed any relationship you had with him, but being very candid, Mr. Idol, I think it would be safe to say that you certainly have, and all human beings have a great degree of ego. So does Von Raschke. Could it be that the egos just got in the way here?
Well, I think the whole situation is I'm in the driver's seat here. I'm the kingpin of professional wrestling. I'm the nucleus of professional wrestling. I'm the greatest all-around athlete of all time. And I tried to tell Onionhead that, and maybe his ego did get a little bit to him. Maybe he was crushed because he knows he's not as pretty. He knows he doesn't have the sexy body. He knows he doesn't have millions of women constantly after him. And he knows that he is truly second fiddle to Austin Idol. And that's exactly why he attacked me like he did.
Interesting observation from Mr. Idol, who, as they can see now, is being led from the ring after being attacked by Baron Von Raschke. And may I just say that in a closing comment, Baron Von Raschke is after this, sir, your Georgia Heavyweight Championship tomorrow night at the Omni.
Well, he's not the only one that's after it, but I'll say one thing, Onionhead. You will feel what IDOLMANIA is all about. You will feel why people are screaming in the tops of their lungs, hot throb, IDOLMANIA, we love Austin Idol. And in the Omni Sunday night, you will feel the Las Vegas leg lock, and you will see that I am truly the greatest all-round athlete of all time, and the women's pet, the men's regret, 242 pounds, Las Vegas, Nevada.